I am determined to see things differently. What I see is a form of vengeance. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I do not perceive my own best interests. I do not know what anything is for. If anything, this is definitely reminding us about how much power that we do have over our lives, over our world, and over everything in existence. Now, this sounds like you might not have gotten that from it, but it is a recognition. And a lot of people associate this to manifestation and the law of attraction and things like that, which I was really into and was teaching when I first got into A Course in Miracles as well. And through this experience of understanding what this is about, yes, that is an attribute and a characteristics of what you actually are. But we want to recognize that in this sense that you are completely responsible for the world is not just a call for how you can change it, yes, but also how you can be free of it, how you can transcend it, how you can move into alternate variations of it, and so on. Many different variations and possibilities of what you can do with this. Some people find it as a spiritual calling to go into the nothingness and find the void, the beginning of all that is, and discover that as the reality. Some people find it a way of progressing and growing and expanding and evolving consciousness. And some people find it a perfect reason to just stay as stagnant in life as possible. And it's interesting because as long as you're making decisions out of, say wanting to follow your inspiration, follow your guidance, then it really, no one can tell you if you're doing it right or wrong, because it is completely unique to you and your guidance. So that is because you are a very unique perspective of this, world, an experience of this world, and the Son of God's experience of what this world has to offer is you. We each have this. So only us and only ourselves and what it is between our communication with the Spirit and what, say, is guiding us to this awakening, it only knows us like we know us, or even better, more than we know us, right? And so it's leading us in the way and guiding us to what is our best interest. So this is the thing, is that if we value ourselves and our safety and our body and our world and our construct and our structure and everything more than we value our awakening, then we will not be able to be open to the guidance that is offering us. So it's going to come in different ways, shaking up your reality. If you think you have it nice and everything comfortable, it's going to shake it up every now and then. It's going to say, hey, here's a lesson for you. If you think you can just stick with life and have no lessons, you're completely wrong and misunderstanding. No matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, you're going to have it shaken up by something, and it's going to insist that you learn and explore and grow and expand. It's going to insist it, because that's what the world is for. You can't get away from it. So regardless if you're comfortable, regardless if you work so hard and build up to it, regardless if you're on the street, it makes no difference. We all have lessons to learn. We all have this growing and expanding. So that's why we don't perceive our own best interests, is because we think that what is best for ourselves is something, say, physically, say, financial successful, and all this, say, comfortability and nice luxuries and all these things. We don't see them as lessons. We see them as things to achieve and to own, and attachments and stuff like that. So it's a little tricky, because we do want to remind ourselves that this is about spiritual experiences. This is about coming to our spiritual understanding. This is about discovering peace of God beyond any sort of physical confines. So no matter what degree and what level you are, even if you think you get to an enlightened state, that is still a whole nother unfoldment of lessons and exploration and fulfillment that is necessary there. That you are coming into all of this every single day, something more. So I do not know what anything is for, is in that same sense, is that if we actually grasp that about what we're doing, about what our lives is, then we can actually be open to that guidance. We can be willing to learn, right? Every time we think we know, then we get caught up in it. We're like, oh, if I'm losing every penny, I'm losing all my money and everything, and I know this is not my best interest, and I know that this is bad, and all this misunderstanding, thinking it's actually about gaining money and losing money. It's never been gaining money or losing money. That's not what the point is. The point is recognizing what is reality, and what is you, and what is God, and what is the relationship in between you. Every single thing and all the purpose of the existence of the universe, and that's what it always has been for. So you are coming in the sense of discovering more and more and more, and it is an endless fractal experience that just keeps going more and more and more and more and more and more, infinity. And that every little thought you have, every second that it manifests your reality, it becomes your reality, right? It becomes your reality. And that's why as we train our minds, then if we think higher, then our reality becomes manifest higher. And because every second, if we're thinking higher, we're moving higher, right? Even though higher is a tricky definition as well. But I think you get the idea that if you're training your mind, you're also training your world. If you're expanding your mind, you're expanding your world. You're moving on, you're evolving, you're progressing. That's what I say. I definitely suggest. The only one, don't stay stagnant. Either progress greater things or progress to less things. And something about A Course in Miracles is that it does more so point you in the direction of finding that lesser until you discover what God is. So do that, and then find out which way you really want to go. So your personal journey is not really up to you. You don't know what it's for. You don't know what it is. And really, it's making this crazy ride because you think you do. And so we want to recognize that willingness to follow our internal guidance is not about going or protecting yourself from what you're afraid of. It's not about losing out. It's not about gaining. It's not about any of this. It's about just recognizing what is reality. And as I've described it, and will describe it much more, about this, quite literally, all you need to do to solve all your problems, all your issues, every little thing that ever happens to you or anything, is simply recognize there is only God, and the Son of God, and the experience of the relationship in between.